So, can we talk? Hey everybody, it has been a while, hasn't it? Sorry about that. Depressive funk and all that stuff, and also work. Just a lot of work. But, my hours are dropping down a little bit more, because I switched jobs, technically. I'll talk about that. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, though, because a lot has happened. So, how's everyone doing? Eventually, there will be some changes to this little experiment of mine, and they will hopefully be coming very soon. But this will be probably the final episode like this, in this format, I guess you could say. Yeah, it's been what, 2 months, about month and a half. I've had some interesting things happen. So while at work a few weeks ago, just before Christmas, okay, so the setup of the place I work at is very, very, just terrible. The place was just very poorly designed from the start, and there's like no way of getting to the trash compactor in the back without going all the way around the building outside. Like, the short way is blocked off by a gate, and even if you open that gate, you can't get around the compactor to get to the front of it to throw things in, because the hydraulic lines and the power line are across the way, and now there's this big black box that's there that no one knows what it is. It's just this big metal box. And so it's all blocking the way. You can't get past anymore. So you have to walk all the way around the entire building before you can go and throw something like boxes or trash into the compactor. And we have a shopping cart to make things easier for boxes and all that. So my job now is and it has been for a while, but now it's like my actual permanent job. I do the truck. I come in just before the truck gets there. I prep everything. I put the truck away, and then I go home. And I'll hop and help people at front counter or in the kitchen or whatever when needed, if it's bad or if we're shorthanded or whatever, which we usually are. But I'm mostly there to do the truck. That's been my biggest change lately. They switched my hours, and I'm now, instead of working third shift, working second shift, so I'm sleeping closer to what a normal human being sleeps. But the other day, I was taking... not the other day. About 5 weeks ago, I was taking boxes out, and I had to go all the way around the building to go take them out to the back. And we're using just a regular old metal shopping cart for this. And I am coming back around. And now, before I say anything else, shopping carts have a very distinct sound when you are using them. Hi, bus. Thank you for the background noise. They have a very distinct sound. Like, that rattle is... There's not much that sounds like that particular rattling, weird sound, because shitty hard wheels and loose metal banging on metal and stuff and shaking, and I mean, it's pretty easy to know when a shopping cart is somewhere within hearing range. I was coming back from the compactor, and I come around the corner to find one of this town's finest with his hand on his pistol, staring at the corner of the building like some kind of monster was coming after him. This scared the living fuck out of me. Because this was this dude's first instinct, to reach for his firearm. Not to say something, not to ask if anybody was there, not to, think about the sound he was hearing. His first instinct was to reach for his firearm. That's fucked up. Like, I mean, we already know there's massive issues with, like, police training in this country. But holy shit, like, that should not be your first instinct. You should not do that. Ah, God. Anyway, yeah, so that was big scare number one. That was a fun one. And then a couple weeks ago, and I've seen these customers that I'm going to talk about a few times and explain the situation to them. One of the night managers is, well, racist, like, incredibly. And he's only a couple months older than me and acts like he's ancient, and he's just such an asshole. I think I've talked about him before. He's just the most basic white dude you will ever meet. And he has like a real issue. There's two groups of black kids who come in, and they always like it's a group of three and a pair, and the group of three come in 2-3 times a night, buying either Rellos or soda or something, because they're just out at night, and that's like whatever. They're in there every day. We see these kids every day. And I say kids, they're like, well, I can say kids. Fuck, I'm old. They're like 19 and 20. Like 18, 19, and 20. That kind of age range. And he IDs them every single time. Now, I get you're supposed to. But he's like an asshole stickler about it. Like, if one of them forgets their ID that day, when they had it earlier, like yesterday or something, he will deny any of them buying cigarettes or anything. Which, again, I get you're supposed to, but come on. Like, really come on. And then he just sits and talks shit about them, like, behind their, like, as soon as they leave. At one point was talking about, because they gave him shit for giving them shit over one of them not having his ID at that point. And they had already been in earlier that day and seen him. And one of them started giving him shit over it, and then so when they leave, he's just like, I'm gonna fucking file a restraining order on them. Like, dude, get the fuck over yourself. You are a middle manager at a shitty gas station. No one gives a fuck about you and your delusions of authority. And this dude wants to be a cop. Like, it's a terrifying prospect. But then add in the fact that this other group of kids, the pair, come in fairly regularly. I'd say 3-4 times a week. I see them every once in a while. And the last time I was up at the register helping them, they had been in earlier that day or something, and had gotten like annoyed that he had, even though one was over ordering food and nowhere near the register, he had him come over and card him so that his friend could buy a Rello. And that's just ridiculously shitty. And so they were already like pretty pissed off, but they came back in and they were going to buy another Rello and some Newports. And he, over the like, because we all wear headsets, he over the headset goes, make sure you card both of them. And I'm like, fucking whatever, fine. And so the younger one comes up, asks me for a pack of Newports, and I just kind of go, because what had happened in the intervening time between when they came in and ordered food and came up to buy their cigarettes and stuff, 2 cops had come in for coffee, because we give coffee to cops for free. And he asked the cops to stay so that he could press trespassing charges if they like gave him any shit for being an asshole to them. 2 police officers who were on duty were asked to stay, not to stop violence or anything, not to like deter something bad from happening, but he didn't want to hear about how he was being an asshole to them. So he had 2 cops stay up near the counter and watch them. Like, fuck off, dude. That's so fucking weird and creepy and shitty. So the younger one comes up. I just kind of like without saying much of anything, I just tell him, no, just don't buy it right now. And his friend comes up and is just like, all right, but I really need some cigarettes and a Rello. And I'm like, all right, but I got to see both your IDs. And he's just like, wait, what? And I'm like, just do it, dude. And so I caught him the other day when they came back in, and I explained the whole situation, and they're like, man, fuck this place. Like, he asked police officers to stay, and they waited 20 minutes in our building. 20 minutes. Those cops just sat there doing nothing but drinking coffee and waiting to fucking press charges on 2 black kids. Like, what the fuck? So that's been some of the adventures with police officers at my work. Besides that, I already mentioned I switched over my job. Now I'm truck, and so that's my thing now. And they shifted my time, so now I go in at 5 p.m. instead of 10. So that's fun. But it also dropped my hours. So I dropped 1 shift a week so far. And it'll apparently drop to 3 shifts a week, or I'll drop 3 shifts a week, not drop 3 shifts. That would make me homeless. But they are trying to get more people to replace me and a couple other people who are now gone. So that's always fun. But yeah, so my schedule is now changed. I'm still getting used to the new sleep schedule. So hopefully now, with a slightly better human sleep schedule, that also sucks because I don't get to talk to Kit as much, I will be able to start making things again and writing and functioning like a human being, because I don't do that right now. There was other things. Oh yeah, channel stuff. You might have noticed Kit's been into a lot of stuff, and Kit's gonna start doing his own stuff soon. He put up a poll on his Twitter. He's gonna be doing the Lego Hobbit game, so that should be fun. That'll be his first solo thing. What day is this? This is Thursday that I'm recording this. That'll probably go up tonight. Yeah, it's 9 p.m. That means that tomorrow Doom starts. Yeah, Doom will start tomorrow at 3 p.m. I'm trying to figure out how to schedule this stuff on the channel right now, because we have a lot of stuff recorded. Like, Kit and I, we've gotten into a rhythm now where if I'm not recording with him, I'm recording by myself, pretty much. And I'm trying to get more into the rhythm of taking some of that recording time and turning it into writing time. And I just found my tablet, and I'm trying to find where the fuck my stylus went to. And my room got kind of trashed at one point because I had a kind of mental break looking for something. And then I was just in a fucking depression. So I haven't drawn anything since I did all the Deadcast rework stuff. But I have some ideas, and I talked about it before, but I really have some short story ideas I want to work on. And I'm actually like super, super jazzed to work on them now. So I'm going to. I'm actually, as soon as I'm done with this, going to go start working on one of them. And I might have some accompanying art. Maybe. We'll see if I can find my stylus. If not, I'm going to probably end up buying a new tablet as soon as I am sure I have enough money saved to move. Oh, yes, moving. I'm not going to be going to England. It is not feasible now. I don't yet. It's just not. So we're going to figure something else out. Outside of that, on the channel, so Doom starts tomorrow. Currently, it's Watch Dogs 2, which I haven't played in a couple of weeks. It's Watch Dogs. Well, no, I think I played it last week a little bit. Watch Dogs 2, Vermintide with Kit, Astroneer with Kit, Binding of Isaac, I have a bunch of episodes recorded, and I'm going to try to get like a few weeks worth done before I really start that. Some of this stuff went up, like Diablo and Binding of Isaac and Astroneer were not supposed to start yet. I was trying to build up a couple weeks of a backlog for those, but don't edit videos from your phone, kids. It doesn't end well. Cause the YouTube Studio app is kind of trash. So while editing those, I accidentally pushed all 3 of those to public. But yeah, so Diablo 3 will continue with Kit, Astroneer, Doom starts tomorrow. Revengeance cannot be done right now. I just today ordered a new hard drive. I ordered an SSD because my hard drive is dead. Like, it's not completely dead, but I'm getting I/O errors, random lockups, and another little side effect is a higher intensity recording, like a action game that requires me to have a lot of frames drawn on screen and recorded, mean that I can't record them because my disc cannot keep up anymore. Like, I could do it in 30, but no. And, well, I might be able to do it in 30, honestly. I don't even know about that. But I ordered an SSD. I'm going to spend my not at work time on Saturday installing Windows and getting everything set back up. And then Sunday will be recording day. So, yeah, we're gonna do that. Shit, outside of that... so Revengeance, I know that one was tied to win the poll for solo LPs on Twitter. Hey, go check out my Twitter at RepeatedVs. I put up polls there, and I put it on Recurring Vs too. Also, yeah, so that, I guess, will bring me into the stuff I wanted to talk about for the future of this and other things that we are doing. I want to turn this show into something else, and I haven't talked to him about this yet, but I'm going to have Kit on it, kind of like we used to do with Max, except I want to have like a letters segment at the end. I'm going to try to structure it more like an actual, like, hey, we have segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, and I want to finish off with like letters, questions, whatever. So, hey, if you're listening, oh, there's echo. Oh no. My room is echoing. I should probably cover myself up with a blanket. If you're listening to this and you want us to just talk some bullshit, whatever, doesn't matter, just tell us. Send us an email. It's talk@recurringvs.com, or hit us up on Twitter or anything else. Like, we got all that shit. Yeah, you should definitely do that, though, because I want to turn this into something. I don't know yet, but I'll probably like consume some of the other podcasts. And Kit and I are working on, it's just finding a time when we're not recording and we're not working or sleeping, because me shifting back 5 hours has really fucked things up on a lot of days. Because there are some days where I'll be just going to bed or I'll be just getting home from work as he's just getting up to leave for work. And then I'll be just about to leave when he's getting home. It's, I think there was a few days since I switched to this new schedule that, like, I think it's 4 days total where we've had maybe 20 minutes together. It's weird, and I kind of didn't want to switch to second shift, but whatever. Anyway, but yeah, if you have questions or just want to say some shit and a topic for us to talk about, anything you want, send us an email. It's talk@recurringvs.com. That's talk@recurringvs.com. Yeah, but or repeated V's on Twitter, or at where's_Bilbo on Twitter. That's Kit. Or just hit us up on YouTube. Like, if you're listening to this, you either have YouTube or you're subscribed on like iTunes or something. And I mean, if you don't know who I am, if you don't know me personally, and you're listening to this, or you don't know, like, the YouTube thing and you're listening to this, I'm very confused where you came from, and I would very much like to know. So you should tell me via talk@recurringvs.com. Anyway, yeah, so, you know what? No, I'll talk about that too really quick. So I've noticed something, like, when I have the microphone turned off and if nothing's recording, I joke around and stuff a lot more. Like, I do dumb voices and make just dumb jokes and shit. And I noticed that for some reason I, like, either shut off or suppress that part of myself when I turn on a recording. And I don't know if it's a desire to be different or some, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to try to not do that anymore. So if I start seeming a little, like, I don't want to say zany, but if I seem wackier coming up, it's because I'm trying to let loose a little bit more. Yeah, and I promise, if you're a patron, there are things coming. We have things in the works. It's just I'm horrible and lazy and also super depressed, and Kit is busy as fuck running a goddamn, like, entire thing pretty much on his own, even though he's only supposed to be an intern there. Yeah, so I'll have him on to talk about all that himself. But yeah, we're working on things, and I promise I will do my best to make it worth your while. And if you're not a patron and you like the stuff that we make and you want to support us, share it with your friends. Like, legitimately just, hey, here's some trans people that make stuff on YouTube. You might like it. Just maybe share it to people. Or if you want to throw us $1 or something, you can go to patreon.com/recurringvs, and it'll help, because we, like, I just bought that SSD. That was not cheap. Just got a new micro. Oh, I never talked about the new microphone. I bought a Yeti, so my audio should be a bit more clear. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I didn't talk about any of that. Fuck, it's been so long. Okay, so I got a Yeti. And I also commissioned one Bryce Castillo, Neshcom of Diamond Club fame, for the intro music that you heard. And the new art is by the lovely Sarah, aka Junkcat on Twitter, at JVNKCAT or KAT. Oh, shit. Sarah, why does it have to be confusing? But no, really, I've been trying to get people commissioned and doing some things, because I want to make more things, and yeah, I'm really digging doing this stuff, and I have a lot of people that I really want to, like, get stuff from, so expect more random, like, art and stuff later on. I got 3 friends I still need to hit up, and if you're listening to this, you might know who you are. I will have more things on the way, and more personal stuff too. I'm gonna try to do some assets for the site, and also that one good thing, Twitch, which I am also starting to use again. So I streamed with Non-Binary Robot and my friend Caden. I'm friends with NB. I'm friends with NBR anyway. But my friend Caden, aka Sam, aka fucking this nerd I know. He and NBR and I all streamed Titanfall for a couple hours, and then we streamed Titanfall for like an hour and a half, and then had like a 45-minute discussion about Titanfall. And that went up on the channel a while ago. And then I streamed some Final Fantasy the other day, or yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. And I'm actually probably, I don't know if my hard drive could take it. I'm going to try streaming tonight after I get this up. This will probably be, if it's not up tonight on the channel and the site, then it'll be up on the Patreon at the very least. Oh no, I can't, because I'm currently in the middle of re-downloading everything I'm going to need to install. So no streaming for me tonight. Okay, next, maybe Sunday? Maybe Sunday. I need to get a stream schedule figured out. I have to figure out my work schedule first. Yay. I want to do more of that and push all of this stuff more. So, hey, if you like our stuff, like I said earlier, share it. And we're recurring these on Twitch and everything. YouTube, I think we have an Instagram. No, Instagram's V's was taken. Twitter is recurring V's and repeated V's and at where's_Bilbo. And yeah, you should if you like our stuff, help us out, because I won't push the shit out of this in 2017. But yeah, that should be all for now. And this has been 26 minutes of me rambling. Hey, it's good to be back, yeah. Anyway, have a nice night, everybody, and next episode will be soon and completely different. See ya!